What you are about to witness goes far beyond the China you think you know. This is not the China neatly packaged for tourists, with polished itineraries and picture-perfect landmarks. This is the China that hides between the lines, tucked into valleys that time forgot, etched into cliffs that speak only to the wind. These are hidden wonders that even locals sometimes cannot believe exist. Today, we're going to find them. Guilin's secret caves. We begin before sunrise in Guilin. The Li River lies still, wrapped in silver mist that clings to the karst peaks like silk. Fishermen drift on bamboo rafts, their cormorants perched in stillness. Most travelers stop in the city, snap photos and leave. But the real treasure lies upstream, beyond tourist boats. Hidden caves lie behind curtains of vines, their walls shimmering with mineral veins that catch lantern glow. Step inside, and the air changes. Cooler, heavier, carrying the scent of earth and ancient water. Move deeper, and the silence begins to feel alive, as if the cave itself is aware of your presence. Zhangye's painted hills, from Guilin's embrace, we travel northwest to the Zhangye landform in Gansu province. Hills painted in impossible colors, reds, oranges, yellows and purples, layered like brushstrokes of an artist who decided the earth should be his canvas. Tourists flock to the main platform, but leave the crowd, follow faint goat paths, and you find yourself utterly alone. The wind carries the scent of dust and sun, and with each shift in light, the hills seem to change colors entirely. The world feels paused, waiting for you to notice details you would miss in a hurry. Zhejiang's rivertown. Our path leads south into Guizhou mountains to riverside Yunnan. Wooden houses cling to the banks, their balconies hanging over water. Lanterns sway in the evening breeze, casting soft light onto cobblestone streets. The town hums quietly, a wok sizzling, children laughing, the occasional creak of wood underfoot. Climb the narrow path behind town, past vegetable gardens and stone steps worn smooth by generations, to find the remains of an old watchtower. From here, the river curves like a silver ribbon below, framed by mountains beyond. The curtain, waterfall. In the lush heart of Guangxi lies a waterfall known only to locals. They call it the curtain, for how its water falls in a seamless sheet over a cliff draped in ferns. No signs point the way. You follow a trail that appears and disappears beneath bamboo groves, guided only by the sound of rushing water. When you finally reach it, mist cools your skin and sunlight catches in the spray, creating fleeting rainbows that vanish as quickly as they appear. Luoyang's ancient ginkgo. In Luoyang, beyond the crowds visiting famous temples, a quiet courtyard waits. In its center stands a ginkgo tree alive for over 1,000 years. In autumn, its leaves turn gold, falling in such abundance that the ground itself glows. Monks sweep the leaves into neat piles, never with haste, as if they know each leaf carries a fragment of the centuries it has witnessed. Stand beneath its branches, and the air feels different, lighter yet older. Inner Mongolia's hidden caves. From the Golden Canopy, our path stretches north into Inner Mongolia's endless grasslands. Most come here drawn by vast skies and herds of horses running free. But beneath these plains lies a hidden world. Limestone caves carved by water over countless millennia. Entrances so small they could be mistaken for shadows in the earth. Inside, the air is cool and smells of minerals. Your footsteps echo as you move deeper, light glinting off quartz veins embedded in rock, sparkling like trapped starlight. In the deepest chambers, silence becomes absolute except for the slow drip of water into unseen pools. Yunnan's dawn market. From cool darkness, we journey south to Yunnan province. Far from tourist-filled Dali, there's a market that comes alive before dawn. It exists in a narrow window, from when first traders arrive under lantern light until just after sunrise. Then it vanishes, as if it never existed. Here you'll find spices so pungent they cling to your clothes for hours, fabrics dyed in colors richer than any photograph can capture, and fruits whose sweetness feels like summer condensed into a single bite. Zhejiang's sea caves. Our road turns east to the coast, where the East China Sea meets dramatic cliffs in Zhejiang province. Hidden among these cliffs are sea caves carved by centuries of waves. To find them, you descend narrow paths between rocks. Inside, the tide surges and retreats with a deep, resonant pulse. Shafts of light pierce through openings above, turning the sea below into liquid gold. Sichuan's cliffside monastery beyond. Sichuan's famous pandas and fiery cuisine lies a monastery hidden in mountain folds. Reaching it requires a steep climb along a path cut into the cliffside. At the top, the air is thin and carries the scent of pine. Monks move silently through shadowed corridors. From a balcony overlooking the valley, clouds drift below you, peaks of distant mountains rising like islands in a sea of mist. Tibet's remote sanctuary. In Tibet, we climb to a monastery so remote it seems impossible. The trail winds upward for days, air growing thinner with each step. The monastery clings to rock as if holding the mountain together. Inside, the air is thick with butter lamps and incense. The monks speak little, but their silence is full of centuries of devotion. From the highest terrace, the land unfolds in layers of valleys, rivers, and snow peaks, stretching into infinity. Qinghai's Rainbow Sea. Our descent brings us to Qinghai province, where the Rainbow Sea lies hidden in the open. Its waters shimmer in shades of blue, green, and gold, shifting with light and minerals from surrounding hills. Few travelers come here. The silence is interrupted only by occasional bird calls or soft lapping of water against stones. Watching the colors shift, you realize beauty doesn't always need to announce itself. Sometimes it simply waits for someone patient enough to notice. Xinjiang's golden poplars. In Xinjiang, the desert stretches in waves of sand, broken by improbable golden poplar trees. In autumn, their leaves turn brilliant yellow, a defiant burst of color against muted desert tones. The wind moves through them with a sound like whispered applause. Standing among them, you feel a sense of resilience, a reminder that life finds a way even in the harshest places. Ancient tea forests back in Yunnan's misty highlands, we seek something older than the mountains, the ancient tea forests of Pu'er. Here, trees don't grow in neat rows. They stand wild and proud, trunks twisted by centuries of wind and rain. Some are older than nations, their roots intertwined with the land's very history. Harvesting is a ritual. Pickers move carefully as if waking trees from slumber. Each leaf holds the story of countless seasons. The hidden lake. Deep in the mountains, in a hidden valley, lies a lake so remote that locals speak of it in hushed tones. To reach it, you pass through forests that smell of pine and moss, crossing small streams that glimmer in filtered sunlight. Then suddenly, the trees part, and there it is. Water so still, it mirrors the sky perfectly. Surrounded by peaks that seem to stand guard, the lake feels untouched, existing in a world outside of time. Anhui's ancient villages. In Anhui province, the ancient villages of Hongkun and Shidi sit at the foot of the Yellow Mountains. While these are UNESCO sites, few venture beyond main streets. In back alleys, you'll find stone archways weathered by centuries, wells still drawing water from underground springs, and doorways opening to quiet courtyards where the scent of drying herbs lingers. Here, time isn't measured by clocks, but by the length of shadows, the bloom of flowers, the call of roosters at dawn. Fujian's living fortresses. In Fujian province, the Tulu, massive earthen structures built by the Hakka people, rise like fortresses of clay. Hidden in hills are smaller Tulu still inhabited by families who have lived there for generations. Inside, circular walls enclose shared courtyards where children play, elders gather, and meals are cooked over wood fires. At night, lantern flicker casts shadows on curved walls, and you understand why these structures endure. They are living communities. Jiuzhaigou's hidden corners. In Jiuzhaigou Valley, away from main tourist flows, streams cascade through forests of larch and spruce, waters so clear they seem unreal. Pools of turquoise and jade reflect surrounding peaks, and in autumn, the valley becomes a tapestry of red, gold, and green. In these quieter areas, you can hear the water's journey, from smallest trickle to roaring waterfalls. Zhangjiajie's stone forest. In Hunan province's Zhangjiajie, trails wind away from glass bridges and crowded viewpoints into the heart of the stone forest. Walking among towering columns feels like stepping into another realm. The air is thick with wet stone and moss, and every bend reveals new vistas, solitary peaks shrouded in mist, narrow gorges where light barely touches ground. Hainan's volcanic coast. On Hainan Island, beyond popular beaches, lies a rugged shoreline where volcanic cliffs drop into the sea. Black rock formations twist into strange shapes, and tidal pools hold tiny worlds of color and life. At sunset, the horizon blazes with gold and crimson, and waves against rock become a steady heartbeat. The journey continues. Our journey through unseen China ends here. We have traveled from misty rivers to painted mountains, from golden deserts to hidden lakes, from ancient forests to living fortresses of earth. Each place has left its mark, not just in photographs or memories, but in how you now see the world. Beauty like this changes you. It teaches you to look beyond the obvious, to listen for quiet stories, to walk paths others pass by. The world is still full of places untouched by fame, waiting for those willing to seek them. You've seen colors the earth painted in silence, felt the air of valleys time forgot, and walked paths few will ever know. But this is only one chapter. There are more, perhaps even greater, waiting just beyond the horizon. So keep your eyes open, your heart ready, and your curiosity alive. Because the next journey could be the one that changes everything.